Caribbean Connections TV.
Hey, it's Paradise Injects for Caribbean Connections Television. This is a very exciting evening. Wow, we have some very VIP important people coming here, and investors and businessmen. We're doing business in Jamaica. Jamaica's Prime Minister, Portia Simpson Miller, is up here, and she was sitting down with our Prime Minister, Stephen Harper, having talks about boosting trade, investment, and finances in Jamaica. I heard she said it was a fruitful talk. Let's find out if it's young mango fruitful or juicy ripe mango fruitful. Hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to her at Caribbean Connections Television. And once again, we're streaming live. So tune in to CaribbeanConnectionsTV.com if you want to see this remarkable, once-in-a-lifetime event live.
My name is George Ramakan. I'm the Consul General for Jamaica here in Toronto, and I'm pleased to welcome you and to be your moderator today for this very significant business event hosted by the CCA and JamPro, the Business House of Jamaica, under the theme, Doing Business in Jamaica.
It's for us as analysts, as business people, to make sure that we do not make decisions based on perception, but we go and walk the ground to make sure that we make decisions based on reality.
As Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the podium Senator the Honorable Arnold Virginia.
First of all, there is no way that I can fill the shoes of the Most Honorable Portia Simpson Miller. As you have heard, she, in her public life, has spanned a wide area. But she is also a person, as you have heard, who thinks of her people deeply. The second, Mr. Michael Harvey, the President of the Canadian Council of the Americas, and distinguished members of the Council. Our gracious hosts, the Honorable Michael Lee Chin and the Honorable Raymond Chan. Her Excellency, Sheila Seeley Monteith, Jamaica's High Commissioner to Canada. Mr. George Ramakan, Consul General, and I noticed that you're enjoying yourself. Mr. Bruce Boyne, President of the Jamaica Bankers Association and CEO, Bank of Nova Scotia, Jamaica Limited. Mr. Richard Biles, President of the Chief Executive Officer, Sagicor Limited at Jamaica Limited. Members of the Canadian business community, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first time I'm seeing the Prime Minister's speech.
Bruce Boyne is the President and CEO of Scotiabank Group Jamaica Limited since November 2008.
Jamaica is still very much a cash and check society. On the other hand, the electronic channels of people coming in and doing business for more developed countries would be familiar with. From a consumer perspective, there's ATMs, debit and credit, point of sale, internet, mobile banking is there. From a commercial perspective, electronic cash management services, ACH, international transfers. So I certainly do encourage you to look seriously at Jamaica from an investment and a doing business perspective. Thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, a little glitch there. May I ask Ray Chang to address this time?
Commissioner Shilman, the Council General, my good friend George. Philip Rose is here, right? Philip? Yes. Tourism, Jamaica Tourist Board. Michael Harvey. Thanks, to you and the CCA for putting tonight on. Unfortunately, Mike Leachin had to go all the way down. He couldn't, he lent his plane to Porsche, so he couldn't fly down back to Hamilton. He had to drive. So he had to leave it early. But Mike, if you weren't here, thanks again. Jeffrey, Bruce, Richard, Claude, thanks for coming up. Right? But you see, I got you out of the hurricane. I went back afterwards. And most of all, to all of you for being here tonight. I guess I hope you got the message. Jamaica, there are opportunities there. If not, Mike and myself wouldn't have been there. Mike took a different route. He's in the financial services, notwithstanding both of us were in financial services here. I'm more in the manufacturing end, and in fact, I'm actually a partner with Jeff in New Mountain Power. But I take the smart route. I leave the difficult and what Mike would all describe and how difficult to operate. I'm here, he's operating it now. And but that leads to another point. If you're looking down there, I suggest look for partners, look for the right people that always make it work. And I found that to be true not only in Jamaica, but also here. But there are opportunities in Jamaica, and I suggest take a close look. Thank you.
What would motivate me to feel inspired to have my best friend, given what is happening in Jamaica, to come to Jamaica right now? Because the Chinese definition of the word crisis has two component parts. Number one, danger, which most of us, when we see a crisis, we focus on the danger, plus opportunity. So what would motivate me to focus on the opportunities in Jamaica right now? And I thought, the only thing that would motivate me is if the Prime Minister of Jamaica would use this forum here tonight, promise me that she's going to use this forum here tonight to say, look, I know that it's been tough to do business in Jamaica. Because it's bureaucratic, it's inefficient, lack of equity, politics, cost of electricity, cost of capital, cost of security, cronyism, etc. I know that. But this is before. I have a personal mission of uplifting the lot of the poor, the Prime Minister. We all know that. So what would motivate me is if the Prime Minister recognized that the only way to uplift the lot of the poor is to make Jamaica number one on that league table, that list, that World Bank list of doing business in countries. Make Jamaica number one. That's the only way